Hi, and welcome to the Powder Puff Girls. My name is Evelina, and with me, as always, I have Alexis.
Hello.
And today we're talking about aging. We're getting older. We're not in our 20s anymore. We're not old. We're not old, but we're
I am.
older.
I'm so old.
Well, aging. Can we age less? I don't know. We're gonna talk about getting old. Hey,
Yeah.
Angelo.
Hey, Angelo.
So we have been wanting to talk about aging for a while because it's like a funny thing to us. I know that like a story I have is that I now when I fall asleep, and I fall asleep a lot, I take naps like it's my job, and so and so now that I take my naps and I lay there in my bed lying on my back, and all of a sudden I wake myself up with my snoring, and that is like one of the biggest signs of me getting older, that I keep waking myself up by snoring. And the funny, I sleep with headphones on, like sleep phones, every night, and I usually have them on when I nap as well. And I was listening to music, and I mean loud music, and I fell asleep. And despite having like someone screaming in my ears, I still managed to wake myself up with my snoring.
Bitch. No.
I like, okay, I'm getting old.
Oh, honey.
Well, hey, Trixie, I didn't realize you were here.
Oh, honey.
And
Honey.
you're feeling yourself today. You're very pretty.
Oh, thank you. So are you. And congratulations to Evelina. She hit 200 subscribers on YouTube.
Yay! Finally, I finally made, and I screenshotted it because I'm counting on it dropping to under 200 again.
No, this is awesome. Exciting news. So
Thank
exciting.
you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really fun. And it's my 1 year anniversary on YouTube today.
That says well right too.
What?
Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I literally woke up 25 minutes ago or so. We had a big day today. We went out to high tea, and my pain was pretty high. I actually had to cancel on my friend Moira for a visit today. But my pain was so high, I fell asleep sitting up. That's how I know I'm getting old.
Yeah. Sleep gets more and more important for me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was actually like sitting there with everything prepared, and I was like, okay, so we're streaming in 40 minutes, but where is my co-host?
Yeah.
And I was writing to Angelo and all of the like in a group chat, and I was like, where is Alexis?
Like, we have to stream it. I saw the message, and it's like, we have to stream in 40 minutes. Does anybody know where Alexis is?
But then you jumped in like the star. Something.
And
I
I was
think we're
all
both
glam and gorgeous, and I'm like, I'm here, bitch. I'm ready for my close-up, bitch.
Yeah, 20 minutes ago, but her face is still beat for the gods. Inspirational.
No, sweetheart.
Always ready. Always ready. Well, not me, but you.
Camera ready, bitch.
So, how old are you, Alexis?
Mm.
Okay, I am 34 and a half. I'll be
That's
35.
a really rude question, and fuck you for that.
We're talking about aging. Are we going to talk about aging and avoid talking about our age?
Yes. I mean, that's the way that we do it. But I'm actually 37 years old.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Evelina and I were talking about this the other day, and it's like, I don't feel like I'm 37. Like saying to myself, you're 37 years old. And I'm like, I sure as shit don't feel like I'm 37. I don't act like I'm 37.
What is that though?
Exactly. Like, it is literally like I hate to quote a pedophile and a rapist and a fucking
What?
freak.
What?
Age, no, Aaliyah and R. Kelly, age ain't nothing but a number.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Why are you quoting?
I'm quoting a guy that likes to pee on people. Whatever.
Jesus. I'm not prepared.
My bad.
Yeah, no.
But seriously, age is literally nothing but a number.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, it's just, I don't feel 37. Like, I feel like I'm still in my 20s. I am going around and playing Pokemon Go and Harry Potter, and I was just starting a career. It doesn't feel like I've been,
we're not adulting like the other adults are adulting.
No, like Tati Westbrook and I are the same age, and you see Tati, and she's like all prim and proper, and very elegant and mature and well spoken, and then you've got me, and I'm like, fuck.
I'm not ready for this. No, but that is interesting, like how we kind of age differently, because I really want, like, She Bear, that She Bear is a tarot reader here on YouTube, and I don't know her age, but she is very she's very like, the thing is, she swears like a sailor, like she's up there with Alexis, but she does it in a way that she sounds so freaking eloquent. Well,
like when she says shit, says shit, one, you're not expecting it to come out of her mouth.
Yeah, no.
But two, you're like, oh, it really like packs a punch. Like that's what swearing is supposed to do. But for me, it's literally just words. But she's so.
Hi, girl. Oh, hey, we have missed you. We have missed you, a girl. Welcome back.
Missed you, girl. Welcome back. La, 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 la.
Oh my God, you have made my brain into your brain.
I have no regrets. No regrets.
No, but she's like, whenever she's like, fuck that shit. Like when we say it, it's like, fuck that shit. Ooh. Yeah. But she says shit. She says it like, oh, fuck that shit. And it's like, oh my God, you're so eloquent. How
can I be your friend? You're so pretty.
Why are you so perfect?
How do you make sure that your hair is in the right spot? Like, does it just fall that way when the fairies are brushing it for you in the morning? Like,
I don't know if this has anything to do with aging or just us being like peasants, but
well, yeah, we are peasants, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never called myself a peasant before.
Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. Welcome. It's a sign of intelligence. I think we have talked about swearing and intelligence, and I totally agree with you there. I love
100%.
Yeah, I love swearing. I have to kind of stop because I have my kids, and they're starting to understand English. And
especially seeing as you're speaking it a lot more now.
I'm speaking English a lot, like daily in my house, and my 8-year-old is like starting to learn it, and I don't want her like first like vocabulary in English to be cunt and fuck and shit.
It's gonna be, because unfortunately her aunt Alexis brings that out in Mummy. So because Evelina, when we first started talking, like was very demure and reserved, and now she's just like, fuck shit ass bitch. Like it's
but it's so fun. It's so true though, because when we talk, like we can just say, like, we basically just sit there and call each other whore bitch.
That's true. We sit there and call each other whore bitch all the time.
It's so
All
funny.
the
We
time.
have the most intelligent conversations.
We do. We have very deep and meaningful conversations whilst calling each other whore bitch.
Yeah, that is true,
You know?
actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, but I feel like I have reached a point in my aging where I'm kind of degrade, like I'm going back.
Yeah.
The more old and mature I get, now I've hit the point where I like, fuck this, I'm going to go back to more immature.
Yeah.
Like, this is no fun. You kind of
Yeah.
have to embrace like the weird, the
Yeah.
weirdness, and like the crudeness, and like, what is it really worth being all put together all the time and being like adulting
Yeah.
all the time?
Yeah.
Life is not that serious.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm kind of having a hard time, thinking about this. Like it I'm 3 years away from 40. I'm 3.5 years away from 40 years old. And that to me is just,
Mhm.
it's, one, never, ever, ever pictured myself being where I am today. Like, I don't mean physically. I mean, yeah, I guess physically. Like, I never thought that I'd be living in another, well, that's not true. I always pictured myself living in another country, but I never for 1 second ever pictured myself being married for, double digits and being completely happy. And, yeah, I've got some nasty shit happening, like with my back and stuff like that. But
Mm.
I would have never in my wildest dreams imagined that I would be married and this happy and living in a beautiful country and having an amazing family and having such supportive and wonderful friends,
Mm.
all over the world. It's crazy. It's just
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, Alexis is me. She's a bad influence on her demure friends. My friend was polite and proper. Now she farts and swears like a trooper.
Yes. Yes. Love it.
Oh yeah, no, I had such a hard time with that kind of thing. Yeah, but speaking of that, like if we're going back to like this might be very depressing, but when I was younger, like I started to get very depressed in my childhood when I was 9, and I started battling with suicidal thoughts and like stuff like that when I was like in my 14, 15 and up. So I never even thought I would be alive after 20.
Hmm.
So it's basically like when you hit the age where you thought you would cease to exist and you surpass it, it's like, well,
Yeah.
okay, so well, what do I do now? I never planned to be here.
Yeah.
And it's very like it's kind of complicated to keep on living when you thought you were not going to be alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like leaving the teenage years and starting adult life was a bit struggling for me.
Mm.
And I think that's why I was so sick for a long time. But now I'm kind of like, yeah, it's nice. It's
Yeah.
nice. I love being 30 plus though. I
Yeah.
hated my 20s.
I hated the majority of my 20s. I was really heavy in the self-loathing um and the destructive behaviors and stuff like that. And then, I met this weird kid from Australia and couldn't stand him. And then,
Mm.
4 years later, we're getting married and excuse me.
Yeah.
And, I'm moving across the world to be with him. And, you know, it's, and it's hard to even think that it's almost been, or it's been 10 years since I've been in Australia.
Hmm.
It's been 10 plus years since I've been here. And it's like to think that that amount of time has passed already. Like that is just mind boggling.
Yeah.
Mind boggling.
Yeah. It's like time, and especially like I had my first kid when I was 26 and my second when I was 28. Yeah. So and I feel like having children was like the thing that actually made me start living. Like
Mm.
like I know that it's different for many people, but becoming a mom for me was the time in my life when I actually started to live. Basically, I had a purpose. I had someone that I wanted to be there for, and someone that I didn't want to miss. So yeah, it's yeah. So when but becoming a parent was basically the turning point in my life, and what I totally missed. No, but becoming a parent, like time is like it's like you think time flies, but when you have two kids, it's like you blink and they're 5 years older.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
goes by so quickly. So it's like I don't have time to think about what is happening, because it's
Yeah.
like we're on the train and we are going on this train, and I cannot stop it. I don't want to stop it. And now it's just like life is whisking me away, and I'm by pure accident I sit here married to the love of my life. I have my two kids. I have 5 annoying cats, snakes, and I have a house, like like my house. I have
Yeah.
property. I have a
Yeah.
car. I have all of these things that I just never saw this happening. It
Mm.
like I ended up here by pure chance. I did not
Mm.
plan to end up here. It was just okay. I met a man. He had a house. Do I want? I wanted to be with the man, so I got all of this. Like it was a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
So time things really change like quickly. And I my pregnancy, the first one was accidental, so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't plan that either. It's just like sometimes I feel like the universe is fixing stuff, and I'm like, okay, we're
Yeah.
going here. Okay,
Yeah.
then. Totally lost. It's just like, yeah, I'm with my kids all the time, and I still feel like I miss so much. Yeah, it's like you can't. Sometimes I just want to crawl inside my daughter's head and just see what kind of a world she lives in. She's not diagnosed, but I suspect she is autistic. So uh, it's a long story, but it's like she doesn't really tell me stuff, so I just want to crawl inside her head and just live in her brain for a while,
Mm.
because she's so secretive. um but yeah, the kids getting older, it's so interesting being there now that she's kind of 8 years old. She's like starting to dabble with her tween years, like not really a tween, not really a kid, like she's starting to like feel what it is to become older. And
Yeah.
it's so like I am looking forward to them hitting their teens so much, like when we can have conversations from that perspective in their lives. I am really looking forward to it. I'm
Yeah.
not looking forward to the temper tantrums because of the bathroom being occupied, but sure. Yeah, I completely understand. Two of my boys are autistic, and there's just so much going on that I feel like I miss. Exactly, and it's like you can see, especially like my 6-year-old is very much an extrovert. Like she gives her feelings and her thoughts, and she just throws them at you. But when it comes to the 8-year-old, I kind of have to poke. I have to like search for it. I have to really work to get out the information about what she thinks about what she's feeling, and I'm so curious about it. But you can tell because she has like this look in her eyes that she has such a full life in her head.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Olivia is one of those that I've said this to Evelina before. She's very much a duck. Like she's very calm and serene on the surface, but you can just look in her eyes and you can just tell, man, those feet are just going. Like
Mhm.
it's so crazy. Um but at the same time it's like Evelina says, it's like what's going on in there? Like tell me, like what, how are you feeling? Like what are you thinking about? It's
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the day when she gets a bit older, because like she's an extremely smart girl. but she's a very quiet girl. So you kind of have to, you get like 5% of what's in her head.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, the teen years are weird. I have a 19-year-old son as well as my younger 3, and whew, yeah, I can't imagine it's gonna be a struggle. Definitely, especially with having one extroverted child and one introverted child that are they are just 2.5 years apart. So
Oh,
yeah. But yeah, growing older, like I said, my children, like my first child was accidental and the second one was planned. So I never really got to the place where people were starting to be on my back about kids. People
yeah.
were like, on the other hand, they were like, don't have children. uh, do like my mom, she told me like, no, don't start a family, travel, study, like do all of these things, because she has four kids and got them early, and like with 5 years apart. So she's always been like a parent to small kids. So she knew like when you have kids, that is all you're going to be for a while. You're going to be a mom for a while.
Yeah.
So she wanted me to do other stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, but getting older without kids, yeah, I know. What?
Oh, sorry. Max is at my feet mewing at me.
Well, speaking of kids,
Speaking
kitties.
of kids, my little fur babies.
Yeah,
My fur babies that are almost 10 years old.
they are in cat
Not
years.
in October.
In cat years, they are older than you are.
I know. I know.
Weirdos.
No, it's so crazy that I'm their mom and they're older than me, but whatever, it's fine.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, as Brox would say.
Yeah, we have adopted her like expression so much. Like I say, it is what it is so often.
Yes. I find myself doing it in regular conversations, like with Paul. I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you know, it is what it is. And I'm like, what? Again? Damn it, Rox. Damn it.
Get out of my head, woman! Yeah, I have an extrovert and an introvert, both teenagers now. I have to ensure the introvert doesn't fade into the background. Yeah, exactly. Like it's with my younger child, I have to help her reinforce her boundaries, because my 6-year-old, like one, she's a very explosive, extroverted child, and also she's 6 years old. So it's like I have to make sure that I help my older kid say no, and like keep saying no without going into violence, because they like it's really, yeah, just another day in house, Alexis.
Yes. Yes, beach.
Yeah, speaking of talking about Angelo, like I think I mentioned this with him, that you're getting old when you wake up in the morning and you hear yourself go trying to
Yeah.
get out of the bed.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like this morning, I woke up and my back was hurting so badly that you know how you wake up and you're like, no, 30 more minutes, I can sleep for 30 more minutes, and you like roll over and you're fine. I couldn't roll because I couldn't move.
yeah.
And so I was like trying really hard not to wake Paul up, and I'm like,
Well, in your defense, you also have a back injury. So.
Well, that's true. That is true. Oh, what the hell?
What?
I've just lost. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Hang on. I just lost this.
Yeah, like funny. Oh, I can tell you if they say anything important. I have the power. No, it's interesting. My husband, he's 10 years older than me, so like I'm 34, he's 44. Sorry, honey, I just exposed you.
Exposed.
Yeah, so he's 44, and it's funny like looking at him waking up, because like 10 years ago when we met, he was like jumping out of bed, nothing, no issues, and now he's like tired dad, old man almost, and when he wakes up he kind of and then he's like very stiff, so he kind of walks like a penguin.
Yes.
And I do it too. It's not just my husband. We both like our penguin walks before our bodies loosen up. Like I trying,
Yes.
struggling to go to the bathroom.
Oh, the penguin walk indeed.
Oh, oh, it's like when you sleep and you have to pee a lot. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, there's that too.
yeah,
There
yeah, yeah. It's very visible. Like when when you're getting closer to 35, it's like, oh, bam, you're getting old.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it hits you. It's not even something that you notice gradually happening over time. It's just something that's like bam, it hits you and you're like, what the fuck? Like, like who has been pulling every muscle in my back and standing on my bones? Like, I have a comfortable bed. I have a
Yeah,
really comfortable bed. How the hell does it feel like I slept on rocks all night?
not the person rocks, the
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Rocks can be really hard. She might not be soft.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
I could have slept on rocks as well and hurt myself. I don't know. I don't know
Um,
her. We don't go to the Chinese buffet.
well, you can't because you're in different countries.
That's
Um,
true.
a girl says my butt hurts bad today because I did personal training yesterday. I'm walking like I've been dot dot dot. I let you guess what comes next.
Oh, oh,
Oh man.
naughty girl.
Yeah, I think like the first sign of me actually like okay, I'm getting old is that I can't drink alcohol. Like
Yeah,
my hangovers when I drink, not worth it. Like I can't.
yeah,
And of course, like it triggers my headaches, but it's like I drink, and like 10 years ago, it wouldn't bother me because I don't drink a lot.
yeah,
But now that I'm drinking, it's like I'm dying. It's the end of
yeah,
the world. Why did I have those 2 glasses of wine? Like,
yeah, yeah. No, I'm still able to hold my liquor, but the day after is a
oh yeah,
whole nother monster. Like
oh
I
yeah,
can I can drink. Like I don't know how my liver, well, yeah, I do. I don't drink very often anymore. But I was drunk for many, many years. Like so much so that I even wondered to myself if I had a bit of a problem. And as I've gotten older, you're right. It's just not worth it.
yeah. I
The
can't drink
number is
because
just
of
not worth it anymore.
yeah. A girl says I can't drink because of meds, but I miss cider. Yeah, I don't usually drink because I medicate also. But even like without medication, it's like no, like it's
Yeah.
not that like I don't really enjoy like getting drunk, but I especially don't enjoy like the price you pay after.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we have Angelo saying shots, 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 everybody, shots. Boop, boop, boop.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, it is in like I went to art school, and like I was 10 years older than the majority of people there. So I started when I was 28, but they were like 19, 20, 21. But I always put us all in the same age group because I
Mhm.
aged them to 24 and I'd aged myself down to 25 or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So so for me it was like, well, we're basically the same age. But then they told me how old they were, and I was like, shit, you're
There was when I was in nursing school, I turned 35 and decided I was going to go to nursing school. And so I graduated when I was 36 and or no, yeah, 36, 37. Anyway, I'm 37 now. So I graduated when I was 36.
uh-huh.
Um and I was one of the four oldest women in the class.
Hmm.
And it really hit me that I was older when one of the girls was literally just out of high school, like 17 years old, deciding that she wanted to be a nurse. And I was
Yeah.
like, bitch, you ain't even been drunk yet. How the hell do you know you want to be a nurse? She ended up dropping the class, but still, like, or the course, like, she didn't end up going through with it. But yeah, it was weird because her dad was there with her on her first day of school. Like, he sat with her. I don't know if it was like a liability kind of thing or whatever, but it was weird. And I'm like, yeah, that's when I like started feeling old, was when that happened. And I was like, oh man, I'm in the minority here.
Yeah. I just have to read, like, this is basically the way I view life. It's a meme. I keep thinking, oh man, I'm so immature. How am I allowed to be an adult? Then I spend time with teenager, and it's like, wow, okay, yeah, I am an adult. I am so an adult. Look at me adulting all over the place.
Yeah.
That is very
it's like you said, you've got a house, you've got a car, you've got family, you've got animals, you've got, it's crazy. It's crazy for me to think that I've been married for almost 10 years. Like, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary with a huge party next year. Like, it's so bizarre. Like, I changed my, like, I've had probably 30 jobs in my lifetime. And it's crazy to think that these things literally are just moments, and they're going to be gone in the blink of an eye, and you don't even think about it. And then that's what I'm scared about, is that waking up and then the next thing I know, I'm going to be 70 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think it's interesting like thinking about, like, if we ended up here by accident, basically, like, where are we going to be in 20 years?
Yeah.
Because I never planned this to be I never planned it to be like this for me.
Yeah.
It just happened. Like, some things is out of your control. And it's, I think, like, when I was younger, I wrote like a poem about me wanting, like, I was a very dramatic teen, that I want.
What?
I know, it's so hard to believe, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I wrote a poem about me wanting to grow old, and then I wanted to, like, shave my head, cover myself in diamonds and jewels and pearls, and just go out and die in a ditch somewhere. Like, like living a full, like, full life, and then just end it covered in diamonds somewhere, like, very dramatic. But then my, like, talking about, like wrinkles, because, like, people are so against wrinkles, but I feel like your laugh lines shows that you have been laughing. Your wrinkles,
that is literally what I tell people. It
yeah.
shows that you've had a life and you've enjoyed it.
Oh, it's mine and a boy's 8-year anniversary on Monday. Happy anniversary in
advance. Exciting. Congratulations.
A girl and a boy, 8 years together. I saw the picture of you. You're so cute.
That's so sweet. Oh my god. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, but speaking of wrinkles, and I love my wrinkles, Jenny says. Like, yeah, because you have, like, okay, so you can see I have, like, a frown wrinkle there. I have had this wrinkle for so many years. It's my angry wrinkle. It's my, like, authoritarian wrinkle. But it shows that I have been through emotions, and like, and like, laugh lines and everything, and like, I don't have a lot of wrinkles. My mother is also not very wrinkly, so it's just like genetics. But I don't mind them, except for when I do, like, makeup and they're annoying me.
Yeah.
But I don't mind, like, signs of aging.
Yeah. No, I've got a couple wrinkles that are up here in my forehead when I do this, like when I raise my eyebrows. Sometimes in the morning, if I wake up and I've been frowning in my sleep, like, this one here is really predominant, but my laugh lines are becoming more pronounced. And I'm okay with that. I'm genuinely okay with it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to be that woman that, does a bunch of fillers and this and that and plumpers to try and like, I don't see myself being that person.
Yeah.
If I decide to become that person, there's nothing wrong with that. It's my
Mhm.
prerogative what I do with my face.
Yeah.
Um,
I actually want to have lip fillers someday because I'm very conscious about my mouth,
yeah,
and I have a thinner upper lip. So I would like to have lip fillers someday. That is basically the only thing I really feel like I want to. And maybe someday I'm gonna get both. Like I don't know. I have nothing against those kinds of things, but right now I don't care. A girl says, "Thank you. He deserves a medal for putting up with my diva drops for 8 years. He has so many gray hairs now." That is so. That is what. Okay, one thing. Gray hairs. Like I color my hair, but I am so gray uh, underneath. But I don't think you can see it because it wasn't that long ago I colored over it. But I
yeah,
am a gray-headed person. Like I have a gray hair. I have a full head of gray hairs, but it's more like it's too much brown, so it doesn't look good.
yeah,
But my husband, with like the kids aged us so freaking much. Like we went from strapping young ones to get old, like 15 years older in 5 years. Those damn
yeah,
kids. Like no
yeah.
sleep, stress. Like nah. If
Like
I
I've
could, huh?
I've got gray hairs that are like at my temples, and I've got a few that are kind of smattered in and around the front of my head.
Mm,
But because I've colored my hair for so long, I have no idea
yeah.
what the
No.
rest of my head looks like.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think I
tried
ever
to.
will know how many gray hairs I actually have because I don't foresee myself stopping dyeing my hair anytime soon because
No.
I spent so many years thinking that people were so badass when they dyed their hair and it was so cool. And, I turned 36 or whatever and I was like, fuck it. 36-year-old woman. Do what I want. I have bills. I pay my bills on time. Like,
Yeah.
screw that. I'm doing what I want. Nobody in Australia really gives two shits if you've got crazy colored hair at work. They
Hmm.
don't care if you've got tattoos. It's very liberal here. So I was
Hmm.
like, you know what? I'm dyeing my hair purple
Yeah.
and been doing it for 2 years and I love it.
Mm. A girl says, if I could afford fillers and Botox, I would do it now. I would be the bride of Wilden's
Wildstein
soul.
2.0?
I don't know, but I
I
love
don't know
it.
what Wildstein is. Sorry.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm jealous. I kept my hair undyed for 2 years because I wanted to see what my grays would be like and nothing.
mm.
Oh,
Like what the hell?
you
Yeah.
want to be gray. Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think salt and pepper hair is beautiful.
Mm. Okay,
Absolutely striking.
so my first act of adulting after I signed closing papers on my house today is I'm going back to blue. Lol. Yay, blue!
Yes. Yes.
Nice, and congratulations, I guess. I don't closing papers. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yes, it's a good thing.
Okay, yay! Just checking.
Yay!
Just yay! A bad thing happened to Jenny. Yay!
No, a good thing happened to Jenny. A good thing
So
is happening.
that is what I want to applaud. No, I actually shaved off. I shave off my hair frequently. It was a while ago, but I shaved it off because I wanted to see what my hair color is like because I hadn't seen my natural hair color for like 10 plus years. I started dyeing my hair when I was 12. So like no idea what my hair color was. It's apparently brown.
You think?
Like light brown, like my kids hair colors. Um but I wanted to see what it looked like. And I have gray hair, but I have too much brown, so it basically just look washed out.
Yeah.
So, but my dad, he is like he has white hair. He had white hair when he was 30.
Yeah.
So I would want the white hair. I'm not gonna get it because I inherited the colors from my mom's side. Mostly.
The thing that congratulations on buying your house, by the way.
Yay.
Uh, I I think the thing that I was most worried about growing up was losing my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my grandmother had dentures when she was like 30. All of her teeth just kind of rotted, and so
Yeah.
she had dentures and stuff like that. And I always grew up thinking that, I was always like, please do not let me have my grandmother's teeth or my
Mm-hmm.
mother's teeth because they're not great. And I'm like,
No.
please don't let me have their teeth. I do not want dentures at 30. I
Yeah.
think if I had dentures at 30, I think I would feel like hella old. But just because I kind of equate dentures with older people,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know what I mean? And so I think that would be like one of those things where I'm like, shit, I'm old.
Yeah. I've had a girl says I've had a lot of crazy colors over the years. I got fed up with the upkeep, so I recently went back to brunette. Yeah, I tried like more crazy colors. What like when my hair length was around Alexis length, I dyed it gray. I really wanted to have gray hair, so I dyed it gray. But it was so like annoying to upkeep. Like it wasn't for me, so I went back to black. Went back to black quite quickly.
Mm,
Um, because like I like myself in black. I feel like black is my natural hair color because
yeah.
it's basically what I've seen on myself for so many years, like
Mm,
20 years. I have been a person with black hair, even though it's not my natural hair color.
yeah.
So, um, but yeah, I think like when we have like I think like changing in my body, a lot of it is because of my pregnancies. Like because when you get pregnant, like your body change, like my stomach change, my hips change, my freaking feet change, like so many things change when you're pregnant. But also aging, like you know this part of your body.
Yes. The granny flaps.
Yeah, it's getting softer and softer, and it's very nice to touch. I don't like the appearance of it, but it's like it's so soft.
I can just see you like in bed, just stroking the soft skin, lulling yourself to sleep. Videos.
But don't you remember? Like it's funny because my 6-year-old she gravitates towards of my body that I don't like, like the
Yeah.
very loose and flabby and soft parts because they are soft to touch. So she
Yeah,
just it
yeah.
usually cuddles and she goes to like. But I remember those parts when I was younger and with my mom. I was exactly the same way. Like I gravitated towards like
Yep.
these parts that were softer, um,
Yep.
and like when this on the arms, like when that skin gets looser.
Yeah.
But it is very prevalent that my arms, the skin on my arms is getting older,
Yeah.
and it's yeah.
Angelo, I think it's so funny that we spend most of our teenage years trying to be older and adults
Poof.
and adults and proof. Oh, poof. Suddenly we're in our 30s and we behave like teenagers. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I think that has to do with it. Like we suddenly reach a point where we realize that it's not that important.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's just it's such a weird thing getting older. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it really is. And I agree with Angela. Like we spend our teenage years and our younger years wanting to be older and being independent and not having to answer to anybody. And then you get older and you're like, nope, there's still lots of people that I have to answer to. And
Mm-hmm.
I just have a lot more responsibility and a lot less money.
Yeah. Money. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like being a parent, not a parent. It's like I compare myself to other people, and I feel like so. why is everyone here, like when I drop my kids off at school, why is everyone so calm, cool, and collected, and I'm just a mess of the chaos?
Yeah.
Like, why am I not adulting as good as the other adults are adulting? Like that
Yeah.
is what.
No, I'm listening to you.
Oh, so I'm gonna read a girl. My belly never snaps back, and my when my kids were little, they used to wake me up by wobbling my belly, then saying, "Give us a bit of that old jelly belly." Kids really ground you.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
That is hilarious. Hey, Frog.
Hi, Frog. What do you mean, strangers? We're no strangers.
She's up early.
Yeah, what time is it in? Are you?
Hey,
Yeah.
girl. How you doing,
How you
Frog? What you
doing?
doing?
No, yeah, my kids do that a lot. Like my like, like because we're also like bigger people, so they were, especially my youngest daughter. She's like, "Why are you so fat?"
Oh, it's like, thank you. Just, oh no, Frog, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, I hope you feel better soon. No,
No.
like I wish I could tell you this story, but I can't. It's too exposing of my husband. But I'm gonna tell you, Alexis, later. Sorry, chat. Um,
I'm
but yeah,
like, bitch, we talk about everything. Like,
yeah,
you better not
yeah.
set
No,
me up with that juicy bit of whatever and not come through.
I'm just gonna do that with the chat.
Okay, okay. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's like yeah, kids can like kids' honesty is like okay, thank you,
Yeah,
but it
having kids is like really humbling because they just don't have a filter and say whatever comes to their
mm.
mind. Like, oh, you look really fat today. And it's like, do you mean like I look like a whale or I'm pretty hot and tempting? Which kind of fat are you talking about?
Yeah, no, it's like, but it's also interesting. Like if I would were to view myself through my kids' eyes, I would be beautiful
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they look at me like I'm the most pretty person they have ever seen. They don't care about like, oh, I'm fat, and for me that would be or I feel ugly. No, they look at me like mom, my mom, and
Yeah.
they only like they see my fat, and they, especially Maya, like, I love to cuddle with her, and she like likes the feeling of hugging me with my
Yeah.
fat and all of that. So
Bye, girl.
bye girl.
Have fun.
uh, yeah, so yeah, we're gonna leave in like 10 minutes, so but
Yeah.
yeah, if we were to view ourselves through our kids' eyes, I think we would be a lot nicer to ourselves,
Yeah.
because we, well,
I was just gonna say it's kind of like an episode of Rick and Morty when Jerry and not Summer, Jerry and Beth go to this planet and they put these helmets on and then out pops what they actually feel their partner looks like. And obviously it looks like, from Jerry's perspective it looks like Beth is this big monster, and then from Beth's perspective it's this docile little blob of a thing,
mm,
but then you know it's interesting. I would love to be able to see what children see and what
mm,
partners see and stuff like that. I think that's really
mm,
interesting because we are our own hardest critics.
mm,
you know we're our worst enemies when it comes to things like that. Like my husband tells me all the time, he's like, you're so beautiful, and I'm like, I don't see it. I see a fat cow. And
mm,
he's like, please do not say that about yourself.
mm,
And I'd like to see what he sees.
mm. I
Very.
think I think like the difference between like being an adult and being a child is that as adults we have been programmed into putting negativity into stuff. that
Mm,
kids don't. So when
mm,
they tell, like when my kids tells me, your stomach is so big, it's not a negative thing, it's just fact. Like I'm big, my stomach is big, but she just tells me what she sees, and for her it's just like the way I look and nothing negative. As
yeah.
adults, we're the ones who bring the negativity into that, because we have
Mm,
learned that being plus size is negative, or
yeah.
having wrinkles is negative, or having gray hair is negative. Like we are the ones putting the negativity into these descriptions,
Yeah.
when it's just a description. Like I am a fat 34-year-old woman. That is
Yeah.
just like me describing what I am.
Yeah.
If it's not me putting any negativity in it, until I do, until I choose to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And just because, I guess we put these like tinted glasses on,
Hmm.
of and I think I agree, we're our worst critics, and it's really hard to see when you look at yourself and you've grown up with loathing, fat people, well, not loathing fat people, but
Yeah.
dreading getting older and gaining weight and stuff like that. It's just, you know trying to be a bit nicer to yourself, really.
Yeah.
you know
Frog says, I see beauty in most all people. You are beautiful. Beauty starts inside out. Yeah,
Oh,
thank you. And I agree. I feel like beauty starts with self acceptance, like
mm,
beauty for ourselves. I doubt that we judge other people as hard as we judge ourselves. At least I hope so.
yeah,
But I kind of feel like it's funny, it's weird, it's like scary to think that for a lot of people the worst thing that can happen is them getting old and fat.
yeah, yeah,
When that is, it's just looks. Like when did our outer appearance become so important that that is the most important and scary thing that we focus
yeah,
on, when
yeah,
there's so much more important things we could place above that. Like I'm like I like because I like makeup, I like the physical part, like fashion. It's very like surface level. I like the surface level things, but I feel like when we value it so much that we decide that we let it like rule our self-worth, and like
yeah,
it becoming so important that when we get like wrinkles, we feel like we become less as people, or we
yeah,
gain 10 kilos. It means that our worth as people get less, when it
mm,
has nothing to do with those kinds of things, but we allow it to become so important that outer appearance dictate how we view our value as people.
yeah, yeah.
And that is a huge issue, I feel like.
Mm.
And
I kind of
aging.
like have
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
you
sorry.
seen those shows where it's a British television show, and it's basically they put you in like a bathing suit or like a sports bra and underwear, and they make you go out and you stand in public, and you have people write on you like things that they see,
Mhm.
and it's about body acceptance and that sort of thing, and accepting of your age and whatnot. And like, I'm sure that some people want to be trolls and go in and be like wrinkles or cellulite or whatever, but people literally are writing all over these people's bodies these
Mm.
beautiful messages, and I think that, yes, wisdom lines.
Mhm.
um I think, if we weren't so hard on ourselves and we could see ourselves not for our weight or our age or, how much money we have,
Mhm.
or, how successful, but I mean, that successful is objective. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like
yeah.
my success is not your success,
Mhm.
kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that aging kind of falls into that territory as well. Like what I consider old is might not be what you consider old, you know, um, and vice versa.
I think that we kind of judge based on our own experience. Like for example, I know that you, I know, like I know that people when they get like their first kid and they are like 35, 36, 37, or that they are fearing that they're going to be old
Mm-hmm.
with their kids. And my mom was 38 when she had me, and I never considered her to be an old mother.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like I still don't. Like she's 71 and she doesn't behave old
Yeah.
because she's always been a very energetic and active person. So I never viewed her as being an old mom, even though
Yeah.
she was closer to 40 when she had me.
Yeah.
At the same time, I see people in her age group, like other women that are in 70 plus, and they are old.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have to do with their age. It has more to do with
Yeah.
their state of mind and body, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
I feel like we limit ourselves to be something that we feel age like, like this stupid thing, like if you're 50 plus you're not allowed to do this and this, you're not allowed to wear that and like eyeshadow, the shimmery, all of those stupid rules that we put on. So okay, so I'm 35, what is age appropriate? What the hell
Yeah.
is age appropriate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that is just stupid. Yeah, 51 and proud. You should be proud.
Oh
And it's like I feel like we are the ones deciding what age means.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I'm 34. I am looking forward to becoming 35 because then I'm officially an old ass bitch like the OAB. I'm officially part of the older community.
Yes, beach.
Like it's like I know that I kind of belong there, but it's like when I'm 35, then I'm really like then I'm officially an old ass bitch.
Yeah. Yes. Love it.
Yeah, wear what makes you happy. Exactly.
If
And
I
I
want to
think,
wear spandex leopard print, then damn it, I'm doing it.
but wrapping this up, like my final words for this, I feel like aging, the most like thing, the most big thing I have learned with aging is accepting that age is just something we create.
Yeah.
And that is something I learned by getting older and living life and having my life experiences.
Yeah. If I could go back, okay, how about this? If you could go back to your 20-year-old self
Hmm.
and give any bit of advice about aging, what would it be?
I would tell myself to work out, take care of my body better,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that is a thing that that is just gonna like it gets harder the older you get.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take care of your body, um, you can avoid a lot of things that I suffer with today.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah.
But
I
other
think
than that,
I think I would tell myself to slow down.
mhm,
Like you don't have to be running 90 miles an hour. You know what I mean? Like you can chill out for a minute and just kind of like take in the scenery and just yeah, be nicer to yourself generally, you
yeah.
know.
And I would tell my 20-year-old self, don't don't panic, don't worry about the future.
Mhm.
it's not worth it. Like, you can't control what happens in 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Frog says, age is a number. I stay with younger people, keeps you young. Absolutely.
Yeah. But we have been here for an hour, and we try to keep it to an hour. So
yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure having you in chat. And what will we talk about next time? We don't know because we're bad at planning.
We are terrible at planning. But, you know, we show up. So, hey, there's that.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we will see you next weekend.
Bye, guys. Thank
Bye.
you.